Okay, everybody, I'm going to do my best to show you how to do the solar cortex crisis shot. I should have done it a while ago. My legs are starting to go numb. I'm hypertensive. I am emotional. Have been awake for 24 hours. Having a lot of back pain, leg pain, trembling, clammy feeling. Those are just some of the symptoms. A very high blood pressure, and my heart rate is AFib, meaning it's going anywhere between the 80s to 130s and bouncing everywhere. So my pulse ox isn't able to really get a reading, and my blood pressure cuff does its best to try and get a good reading. The first thing you want to do is make sure you have alcohol swabs, 2 needles by you in case one bends or breaks, a band-aid. Make sure that your hands are sanitized. I just use sanitizer wipes. You want to pop this down first, and it'll pop the center plunger in the middle. Will fall down in, and you want to mix it. And keep mixing it. You gotta make sure it's really clear before you inject it into yourself. I'm trying to hurry because I lose my voice when I go into crisis, so I'm really hoping that I can continue talking and I'm able to do this because I'm pretty shaky as well. I wouldn't suggest waiting as long as I did. I probably should have done this 4 or 5 hours ago. I'm only going to give myself half. I'm not going to give myself a full 100 milligrams. I'm only going to give myself 50, so that would be half a milliliter. And in hopes that that's going to pull me out. Now that this is shaken up pretty good, I'm just going to set it down for now, and I'm going to get my needle ready. Make sure that my needle is on there tight. Make sure it's straight and not bent. Pull it back half. I'm going to recap it until I'm ready to stick it into the plunger, the top of the solar cortex. You want to take the alcohol swab and the top of this has a cap that comes off, and it's garbage, and then you want to wipe the top of it with an alcohol swab. You want to take another alcohol swab and clean where you're going to inject into your muscle. You want to have your muscle relax as much as you can. Right now my legs are pretty much numb. They've gotten to that point. So now you can see this is clear. That's how you want it to be. You want it to be clear. Completely clear. You want to get another alcohol swab ready for after you inject, and you want to make sure that your band-aid is open and ready in case you need to put a band-aid on it. You then take your cap off your needle. On this little plunger part, there's a little tiny circle, and you gotta try to get in there, and it's gonna be kind of hard for me to do on my own right now, but I know I have to do it. And I hope I don't bend the needle or break the needle because I'm shaking so bad. But you want to get that in there. Make sure it goes in far enough to where you can get the medication out. You want to make sure you don't get any air. So since I'm going half, I'm stopping it right there. And I'm going to tap it. Make sure there's no air bubbles. And then I'm going to squeeze a little bit out just to be safe. I'm going to take the 1 alcohol swab and just one more time go over the area where I'm going to inject. You want to make sure you pull your skin. I don't know if you can see this or not, but you want to pull your skin apart and as tight as you can, and then you want to stab right in between. 1, 2, 3. Like a dart. Plunge back a little bit, make sure there's no blood. You see no blood, that means you didn't hit a cell, and the medicine can go in. Pull the needle out. You want to cap it. And I've got some blood, as you can see. So I'm just going to wipe once with a couple times with the alcohol. And then put a Band-Aid on it. And wait for this medicine to kick in. It kicks in really quick, usually. Once you recap the needle, you can take it off. When that goes in the sharps container, this can go in the garbage. If you only use half of your solo quartet or a quarter of it, and you put it in the refrigerator, it will actually stay good for up to 72 hours. A lot of people don't know that. They don't tell you, they really don't tell you about it, but it will stay good for up to 72 hours. And where I'm located, there's really no hospitals that are familiar with adrenal insufficiency, and a lot of times they don't have what I need, or they end up making things worse. So for me, it's better that I do it here at home and do half doses and take extra potassium, magnesium, all my electrolytes to keep them balanced, and drink lots of water so I don't dehydrate until it passes. The shot does burn really bad normally. It's not a fun shot to do. It's like a last resort that I would want to do. They're not cheap at my pharmacy either. And when I'm only using a half of one, and if I don't have to use one within the 72 hours, it's going in the garbage. So it gets wasted anyway. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask me, and I'll do my best, but hopefully I'll be sleeping and my vitals start to come down. It's been a few minutes since I put the solar quartet in, so I will check my vitals now and see how they are. That is much better. I am, I don't know if you can see it, 120/74, and heart rate about 94. I'm still in tachycardia. But before that, before I took the shot, I was, what was I? I'll look at the memory. Before I took the shot, it was 153/90. My heart was in AFib. When this is flashing, that means it's bouncing all over and it's hard to get a reading. But I was definitely very running high blood pressure, and now that I have the solar quartet, my blood pressure is coming back down to normal that quick. Hopefully my heart rate will do the same. I also have a pulse ox. It likes to go crazy when my heart is going all over the place. I don't know if you can read the numbers or not, but it's like 109, 110, 106, 104, 105, 106, 107, 98, back up to 104. So I'm in AFib and I'm in tachycardia. Tachycardia is anything 90, 94 or above, when you're staying above that. And AFib is when you're bouncing and it's irregular. But hopefully that calms down. I'm not symptomatic with it right now. I'm not having any palpitations or chest pains, but I do wear a nitroglycerin patch that releases 4.4 milligrams of nitroglycerin per hour, so that's probably why I don't feel any of it. and I don't feel nauseous anymore. I was nauseated. I'm starting to think a little bit clearer. So I was definitely ready to crash. So the best tip, learn your body, know your body, and know when to inject. Don't think about it. It's only going to stay in your system for 5 or 6 hours. You can't overdose, and doing even a half of one, that probably don't even stay in my system that long. But it'll get me through until I can take my oral medication. So I think that's all for now. Goodbye, everybody.